Hey everybody, again, it's me, your psychic Christine Wallace, and I would like you to take a moment to really think about how you really feel. I mean, all the good parts, anyway. Many of you have practiced the exercise of holding on to your crystals and thinking about stuff that you're grateful for. And I've been having this feeling to do some self-examination on my own. And I think that a lot of you here are going to relate to the stuff that I'm saying. And I just wonder if maybe you didn't pay attention or it might have gone over your head. So today I had this revelation to really think about how I really feel about myself and my life. And I think it might be a good exercise for you to also do the same because at the end of the day, I think that this is a pretty big achievement. I think this is my biggest achievement in life because life is a challenge and it is something that is not necessarily to get through it. I heard someone say once that it is the journey itself. It's about everything that happens between point A and point B, all the stuff in the middle. So it's the experience. And for some reason, or I don't know, maybe it's because I have psychic ability, I always valued my experiences. I realized while I was having experiences that I was having experiences and had the ability to feel like grateful for them in the moment. So I just jotted all this down so I can be able to share it with you now. So here we go. My biggest achievement in life. I know who I am and I love who I am and what I do. It's awesome getting up in the morning, working to do what I love doing. I like who I've become. I love how I make mistakes and learn from them. I love learning and I feel great being alive. I love being adventurous and motivated. I love how resilient I am and have been and how I bounce back. I love getting creative and how people support my creative ventures. I've had my share of pain and loss, but that was then. I now love living in the moment. These days, I've learned not to dwell in the past or the future. I'm here and I have now, and I make life happen now. I love looking around and I can still feel a sense of wonder. I see miracles all around me all the time. I notice all of nature and live in a beautiful place. There's always something beautiful to see in every city I've ever lived or visited. I can still remember how amazing those experiences were, and when I think of them, I smile. All things considered, I am a walking, talking, and breathing person, and I look at myself in the mirror and think, wow, not bad for a woman my age that's overcome a lot. I did a great job on myself. I still have some polishing up to do, but that's going to be awesome too. Dieting and exercising makes me feel good, makes me feel better. My happiness doesn't depend on how others treat me, feel about me, or even what they say to me. People dance to my drum, not the other way around. I'm glad I'm not shallow or indifferent and insensitive. I love how I can love someone and they don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect either, but my imperfections make me who I am. Too perfect doesn't have character anyway. I don't have conditions on how I feel about someone. I love, love, love to daydream and how soon after my dreams become reality somehow. So I know a lot of you have these shared experiences, and thinking like this is like really good. It's good for the soul. It's good to know how far you've come from where you were. And some of the people that are here listening to this now, you know, walked in when we first met and felt devastated, looked devastated. And nowadays, I see those same people smiling and laughing and making plans for their future and living in the moment and just overall, doing really good. And I think that we have the power to do that. Okay. So there was one part in here where I said, I don't dance to other people's drum. Okay. And that means taking initiative. That means taking the steering wheel of life. And getting a little deeper into that, there are a lot of negative people out there, and they've had a tremendous negative impact on how we feel or how we experience life. And a lot of the times it all feels like doom and gloom because they tell us, terrible things, hurt our feelings, reject us, all that wonderful stuff. And like I said, it has a negative impact on how we feel about ourselves and the world around us. But this is where you've got to come in and you've got to play your drum, and those people need to dance to your drum, your beating drum. So, what does that mean? You're not going to allow people to take you over like that and play this sour music and you responding to it in kind. Just do it the other way around. Like I said, grab the bull by the horns. It's your life, and you're the driver. You've got the steering wheel of your life, and you take it where you want it to go. And one of the biggest things is, if we're not exactly where we want to be and are not, feeling great about the station we're in the present, that's okay, because doing the work to get to the next phase of your life is exciting in and of itself. It's a little adventure. It's a story that you can tell your children or your children's children one day, or people that you meet. Our stories say a lot about us, and sharing our stories and our experiences with other people, we can inspire others when we do that. And remember, we all have, a sad story, but we have happy stories too. In reality, how boring would it be if it was all the same? I think if it was happy, happy, joy, joy all the way through, we'd probably be really stale people, pretty shallow, right? And sometimes you've just got to remember the universe throws these learning curves at us. And sadly, as human beings, when we're doing great and we're in a really great place in our lives and we're kind of feeling perfect, we don't really learn much during those times. And that's just human nature. For some reason, the learning switch goes off, and we only learn through troubled times. In troubled times, this is where we learn humility and get a better, understanding of ourselves and who we are. And I know that so many of you listening to this right now have overcome some stuff in your life that other people have not been able to do as successfully as you. And when you reflect on those times, you can look at yourself and pat yourself on the back and say, hey, good job. Good job. You've been incredibly brave and strong. And maybe some of us have some anxiety or a little depression or, you know, go through periods of being in that negative mindset. But, that's a mood. That's a time and a place in a person's life. It doesn't have to remain that way forever. So I hope that how I'm feeling these last couple of days has had a very positive impact on the rest of you. And I think that this is an awesome way to count your blessings and to realize how much you really do love who you are and what you've become. Even you meet these terrible people out there that try to break you or jealous of you or whatever your experiences are, even with family. I can't cut family. A lot of people have awesome families, but a lot of people have some nasty families too. And they've given us a lot to think about as well. But you got through. That's my point. You got through. You made it through. That's saying something about you to you. So you are awesome and you deserve you to love you. You can love you and you can think very highly of yourself because it's all true. You do deserve that pat on the back. And you should look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a little smile. You've come a long way. Don't forget that. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Namaste.